Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we have got a quirky little map based upon a franchise, that being a big TV show from South Korea that you've probably heard of if you haven't watched. What we have is the official map of the show. Except for I'm not sure that it really is. I don't know, I can't prove either way, but creator, if you're watching this, if you haven't paid $500,000 or have got anything in writing from the company that owns the license to Squid Game, well, I recommend you change the name from official map to unofficial map. There is no doubting this is based on the location. I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that it is a fair rendition of the location. We will discuss the details of that later. What I'm saying is, if somebody from that corporate comes to you and decides to take offense or claim ownership, you are gonna have to pay a lot of money, which you won't win by playing BonBonBingo. There are no prizes for that apart from Glee, and of course you'll get plenty of Glee from partaking in the daily reminder. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Right, okay, so today we have got Squid Game official map. I'm reporting as I've found. I'm not claiming ownership to the map. It's by NIWA, or NIWA. I'm going with NIWA. Sounds really nice. Here's your start square. I've darkened the image here just so that you can see the outline of the start square using the correct light settings. It's really hard to make out. There's your terrain heights. It's a challenging map. The creator does tell you this in the description though. The resources are really light. It's a challenging map. It's not going to be an easy play, this one. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, there are no squid in today's map, but plenty of anchovies and a little bit of salmon. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, the generic tree pack, and we'll be only using one tree from that pack. And then we've got a nicely written description in English, and is that German? I'm guessing that it looks German, and a nicely written description in German. No listing for the theme and LUT that was used, but fortunately we have some great BonBon buddies out there, and if we scroll down a bit further, you will find that Williams Ardan, thank you Williams Ardan, asked about this one, and the creator very kindly responded with Starberg, or Starbug, which is a Starberg, and the Verballen LUT. Well, there are a few Verballen LUTs in the pack. I've gone with the generic, I can't remember what it was called exactly, but when you look at the three that are in the pack, one of them is like Verballen Average or Verballen Medium. I've gone with that one just because I thought it made sense to. Anyways, so down to ground level, we've got a big old bridge taking us across. Everybody loves a big old bridge, taking us across to the island. Now, the island is based on a real life location, but obviously it's a kind of a fictional map because it's an edit of that. Now, the only thing that I could find in episode 1 of the show, claiming fair use here, creators, please don't sue me for this. This is all I can see in episode 1 of the location. So that's what we're basing the map on. So this crescent-shaped island that we have in real life doesn't have a huge amount of buildable space for a city. Nature hasn't designed it that way, but we are not nature, we are map builders, and sometimes you have to allow for a little bit of room to expand and explode. Do we have to stick with what nature gave us? A little bit of creativity, like in Castaway with Tom Hanks. That island was a bit more than they actually showed. They only showed the bits that made it look like just a stranded island, but of course they've got tourists and stuff, clearly. More so now they've actually finished. And I'm sure this island will get a lot of tourists now because of the show Squid Game. Now, I've not watched the show, but I flicked through episode 1 just to get a feel for it. It is it looks a lot of fun. Dubbed into, it's Korean, but it is dubbed into English pretty well actually, and it looked entertaining. If you don't mind lots of blood and gore, if you've seen the film Cube, forget about the sequel, Cube 2. Well, Cube Squared, I guess. But yeah, if you've seen the film Cube and you enjoyed it and you want something a bit more fast-paced and fun, then Squid Game could be the way to go for you. Oh, what a film Cube was. It was that was the one with the giant Rubik's Cube with like all the booby traps. Yeah. If you've not seen it, BonBon's recommendation of the day. Anyway, sorry, but map. We've got a map. It's challenges, not much room to build on this map. They do cover this in the description. It is not going to be a big city build. It's quirky. It's going to be a bit of a giggle. And if you want to recreate Squid Game, well, this is the perfect map for that. I'm not going to argue against that. In terms of detailing, there's not too much, although I do like this. Again, I've not watched anything more than about 3 minutes of skimming through episode 1. And this works for me. I don't know exactly how this plays into the story of the show, but it works for me as a detailing thing. So when we get to the end and you go, why did you give such a high score for detailing? It won't be that high. But why did you give such a high score? Things like that. Okay? Plus, also, when we get into the start square, you'll see the flat buildable space has been nicely outlined. A lesser creator would just, like, spammed it with trees. And we'll talk about the trees in the second half of the show. In fact, I think we should go and take a quick intermission for something possibly a little bit deeper than what you're going to see today. Back in a moment. And so back to Squid Game official map by NIWA and the shipping routes. Now, they've done quite well considering.
It's my first map.
That's in there for the BonBonBingo players. Yes, we've got a reasonable shipping route. Okay, we've got shipping triangles here and another one here. And they all go off to the edge of the map quite neatly. So there's credit there because shipping triangles is often an oversight. Sort of thing that sometimes you'll see like right angle turnings, and this stops ships from making ridiculous right angle turnings. So credit to the creator. We've got the right angle turning. That's going to take you down into the harbour area. Well, that was a slight oversight. But again, let's talk about credit. A lesser creator would have gone through that long big old bridge that we have in the middle. And they haven't. They've gone around it. Also, we have an air route. I'm not sure where you're going to put your airport here. You're probably going to want to reclaim some land, Hong Kong style. But anyway, there is an air route as well. Water flow, edge of map water pressure going on here, so water motion in that ocean. But we are a long way from the island. Let's get in a little bit closer to that harbour area, shall we? And if we zoom on, come on, move that camera a bit faster. We zoom on in here, barely any motion in the ocean down here. And where the start square is, and this is the only water access you've got, well, it's enclosed. So no water motion in there at all. It's up to you whether that's a problem. If you're going to be playing a modding game, clearly not a problem. Right, okay, now let's come down to talk about the map a little bit, because so far I haven't really said that much. The theme and the LUT and the trees. The LUT, I don't mind the LUT. Okay. The theme, I'm not sure. It's not a bad theme for the map, but it's not the best theme for the map. For me, it doesn't really do the map the justice that it deserves. The trees, we've only used the tiny generic trees, and I feel that if we're going for a certain aesthetic, to match something within the show, then great. But from what I've seen in the closing credits of episode 1, this isn't it. Oh, we've got a little bit of high level detailing there. Little drowned ship. I think there are 3 drowned ships on today's show. I'll let you spot them. Anyway, yes, so we have a little bit of detailing of these little buildable areas. A little bit of buildable areas. And around here, this is a flat area. I'm guessing this is where the bad guy lives in the show. I don't know. Yeah, probably where you're going to put the sewage outflow or something like that. Or the... Oh, hang on. And we've got Penis Island. Hang on. There it is. Penis Island. Very vaguely. It's more like one of those flasks you get have in the lab at high school for in your chemistry and stuff, isn't it? But anyway, yes, vaguely penis shaped. Little bit of space around here for building, sort of. It's not very flat, but it is flat enough to get some buildings on. We've got another one there. There is. Oh, that's 3. A little bit of space over there, and then the challenge of the hill. Yeah, it's a challenging map. I'm not trying to sell you up on today's map. I'm showing you the map, and only you will know if you've seen this and you're going, it is exactly what I need for my project. If it's what you need for your project, be that a Squid Game project or some other project, then great, go ahead, have fun. For a lot of people, this is going to be a no, I'm not going anywhere near this. Well, that's fine as well. It's not intended to be an easy big city. Oh, and the Essential Lighthouse. It's not a show without the Essential Lighthouse, is it? Thank you for that one. And then back in towards the start square area. So we've done the full loop. This is the whole map. This is the whole map. You've seen it all now. Now, you've got to have time today to go and watch the start of Squid Game, haven't you? This is the thing. The start area looks pretty pleasing. I'm not going to grumble too much. Be nice to have had that little pool in the start square right there, wouldn't it? To have a second water source for pumping your sewage into. But anyway, this area here features very highly in the start show. But before we have a chat of that, we'll talk about this. My words spluttered out a little bit there. Here's a creator. Here's a creator that I have a lot of time for. This is Spence. This is the light industrial enclosure one. And I made a note of this when it was new. It was 2017. And it just keeps pushing back down my list of things to review. So I'm squeezing it in today because I think it works neatly. Anyway, factoids, because factoids, Squid Game factoid. The phone numbers in South Korea have 10 digits. When the callers dialed the fictional 8-digit number used in the show Squid Game, their phones would automatically add a prefix of 010, which turned it into a real number. As a result, the owner of that number was called more than 4,000 times a day. Hopefully that's eased off a little bit now, but please. Please. Yes, Squid there. Nah, Squid's not here. Hello, SpongeBob there. No, please leave me alone. I feel for that person. Light Industrial Enclosure 1 by Spence, today's asset of the day. Ah, yes. Wonders of life. You see, yeah, if this creator has made the mistake of calling it official map, it just goes to show that the creators of Squid Game can make mistakes too. And so long as 4,000 of you are not upset by the naming of this map, we're okay. Anyway, what do you think of today's map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewers' Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Use the link in the top right corner of your screen or the link in the description. Take it to the voting page where you can vote for free with the Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a Patreon account. Just about. What do I think of today's map? Well, it's dramatic. Aesthetically, it's the right shape. I like the shape. I like the shape. I don't think the theme and LUT do it a great, and the trees, it doesn't do it justice. I can't go 3 stars. I want to, but I can't. I'm going to go for a medium high 2. It certainly looks the right shape anyway. Detailing. There is some good stuff on here. There's not enough of the good stuff on here, but enough I feel that it's justifying a 3rd star. Well, we're going to go middly low 3 stars. There's nothing bad. It's just lacking depth. Gameplay potential. Now, to save me having to bother giving this a lowish score, I'll point out that all of the roads on today's map are mass transit, apart from the highway ramps. So it's technically broken because that is not listed in the description. So 1 star. Squid Game official map by NIWA. Now, despite everything, I don't think this is a bad map. I think it's an interesting map and it will serve purposes of someone out there is going to see that as being exactly what they need. And if they found it through this show, I have done my job. And if they didn't find it through this show, then, well done. Well done for finding it elsewhere. It was your call after all. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word today in the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun. And I'll be back. I've got a tutorial tomorrow as well for a mod that I think you might be interested in.